So for the higher education history interview assignment, again, you'll be interviewing someone who has some knowledge of your expert area. So, you may want to print these questions that I have down below, uh, and that might help you during your interview, right? And my best advice to you is to start as soon as possible figuring out who your people that you're going to interview are. The sooner you do it, the better, because sometimes it takes time to get them confirmed. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the script. So you have again, you want to tell me who you are, and who the person that you interviewed is, their higher education role. You also want to tell me, or you want to ask them, what can they tell you about the history of the institution that they are representing? And, what can they tell you about the history of the expert area in general? So not just their institution, but, about other institutions like theirs. Uh, Also, how the history of their institution relates to what they do now in their current role. What do they think about, or what do they think about knowing the history of the institution and why that's important, right? So, why does knowing about the history matter is really what we're trying to get to. Next question is, what recommendations do you have? Or you want to ask them to tell you what recommendations they have for someone who's also interested in this subject area or that expert area. So where might they go for more information? Then just ask them if there's anything else they want to add. All right. And after that, when you're done, synthesizing that information, I want you to write a reflection, maybe 4 to 5 sentences, focused on things you learned about higher ed history through the interview. I really, this is not a question you ask them. This is your ideas, right? And then I want you in that reflection to think about, okay, how does that relate to, Cohen and Kisker and the book that we're reading? Did they say things that were aligned with it or things that were not? Also, I would encourage you to find an article or two and see how those articles relate to the topic, right? So, how are they similar? How are they different from this person's information that they provided? And you can see the rubric on how this assignment's going to be graded. All right. So, and then you'll do evaluations on each other. Again, it's not an opportunity to throw each other under the bus. It's just to give each other some good constructive feedback. All right, let's get started.